Good morning, class.
Ma'am.
Good morning. How are you, class?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Fine, ma'am. How about you? Fine, ma'am.
Fine.
And you?
Me too fine. Me too fine. So yesterday we were reading पर्दा पर्दै line गएर. Did you wait me?
Yes, ma'am. Well, the mirror sound nako होला भनेर.
ए त्यो मोबाइल पनि एकदमै म चार्ज गर्दै पढाइरहेको थिएँ हिजो हैन, चार्जै थिएन। चार्ज गर्दै पढाइरहेको थिएँ, त्यही बेलामा लाइन गयो। अदरवाइज डाटाबाट पढिन्थ्यो होला, त्यो पनि पोसिबल भएन के। कुर्यो होला जस्तो त लागेको थियो। अब के गर्ने। हिजो फेरि दिउँसभरि लाइन गएको आउँदैन आएर। Okay, we were summarizing it yesterday, no?
Yes, ma'am.
के समस्या भएको थियो त्यहाँसम्म? कतै नबुझेको कन्फ्युजन कहाँसम्म गएको थिएँ म? I was just describing her mother, हैन? जिस्ट त भने होला and I was summarizing it, no?
Yes, ma'am.
When her mother became paralyzed सम्म होला. Is it? Oh? Can you remember? So when her mother became paralyzed, her mother, after her paralyzation means when she had an accident. के गर्न जाँदा accident भयो रे? How she had an accident? Class? भन्नुस् त, how she had an accident? हजुर. के गर्न जाँदा? हजुर. I don't get you properly, please. How she had an accident? Class? Hello. How her mother had an accident? Hello, you forgot? In 1969, on a June afternoon, my mother and father started out for town so that she could buy sugar to make rhubarb jam for her daughter who lived in Texas. The car crashed into a ditch. She was paralyzed from the waist down. 1969 मा my mother June महिनाको दिउँसो समयमा she was to go to the town, my mother and father, to buy sugar to make jam, rhubarb jam for her daughter who lives in Texas now. उसको लागि जाम बनाएर पठाइदिनको लागि भनेर शहर बजार जाने क्रममा she had a car accident and she became totally paralyzed from her waist. कम्मर भन्दा मुनि आमाको चलेन, आमा paralyzed हुनुभयो. After she became paralyzed too, she has that much power that she could recover very soon herself. Though she is not normal त हुनु भएन तर पनि she has done physical therapy. She used to do physical therapy and she did 15 push-ups a day. 15 पटकसम्म पुसअप गर्नुभयो means it's a great aspect that her mother has done, which the doctor said it's an amazing thing. Though she was paralyzed, she did not leave her work. She used to sit in a wheelchair and she used to can pickle, अचार बनाउनुहुन्थ्यो. She used to bake bread, बसी बसी रोटी बेल्नुहुन्थ्यो. Iron clothes. She used to write dozens of letters weekly to her friends and her half dozen or more kids. उनका आधा दर्जन भन्दा धेरै सन्तानहरू. That means she used to write to them and she used to make 3 patchwork, house chores, and 1 quilt. Still, she is rearing the birds at home, चराहरू पाल्नु भएको छ, and she used to make the clothes for her grandchildren now. So, she also makes the balls of rags to make the carpet. So, how my mother is not a working woman? How my mother is not a working woman? यति धेरै गर्ने मेरी आमा कसरी working woman भइनन्? Now she has a great question in herself. In the same time, she was answered in the call. Uni the phone hold ma छिन् till the time. Yes, now the same time there was answer from the phone call that I think I found your mother's record. He answered. The person who has said her to be in hold answered her that I think I found your mother's record. मैले तिम्रो आमाको रेकर्ड पाएँ जस्तो लाग्यो. Said it and he said that she is Martha Ruth Smith, who was married to Ben F. Smith. Means her father. It is her father's name. Means it's true. It's true. Then she says, yes, that's right. Oh, सही भन्नुभयो. Then he says, well, I see that she was getting a widow's pension. मैले देखेँ उहाँले विधवा भत्ता चाहिँ लिइरहनु भएको रहेछ. Means her husband has died before. She was getting a widow's pension. Then she says, yes, that's also right. Then answers, well, your mother is not entitled to our $255 death benefit. मृत्युपछि आउने $225 जुन छ त्यो चाहिँ तपाईको आमालाई आउँदैन because she is not a working woman. काम गर्ने महिला होइन तपाईको आमा. Means she hasn't done job. Not entitled, but why? किन त्यसमा हुनुहुन्न मेरो आमा? किन र? She says. The voice on the telephone explains patiently. बिस्तारै टेलिफोनको आवाजले भन्छ, when you see your mother never worked, तिम्रो आमाले त कहिले काम गर्नुभएकै रहेनछ. Now she is here to ask what is the condition that the government will tag any woman, any person that they are working man. कुन बेला कसलाई र कसरी चाहिँ सरकारले ट्याग लगाइदिन्छ वर्किङ वुमन भन्ने कुरा. She could not know. She don't know. She could not recognize herself. It's a great question to those people who analyzes the work. यति धेरै काम गर्ने उनकी आमा कसरी काम नगर्ने महिलामा गनिन् त? Yes or no? It's a great question. Obviously, we also had such questions. Now, the work that her mother, our mother, no, let's keep our mother instead of them. The work that our mother does, isn't it for the sake of nation? Isn't it for the society? Isn't it for the family? अरू जब गर्नेले पनि त they do the work for nation, society, and the family, and the household workers woman also does the same. Then why not they are treated as the working woman? उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ किन working woman को रूपमा लिइदैन त? This is her analysis and question. Class, do you have any problem with the lesson?
No, ma'am.
Any problem with the lesson? Any confusion? Do you have any confusion? Any confusion? नबुझेको केही छ भन्नुस् त क्लास बोल न हेलो हैन केही कन्फ्युजन छ त कतै नबुझेको केही आज म्यामले यसरी भन्नु बुझिन्थ्यो भन्ने केही सो मे आई गो थ्रु द एक्सरसाइज देन हामीले एक्सरसाइज डिस्कसन पनि कतिसम्म चाहिँ गरिसकेका छौँ हैन पर्पोज एन्ड अडियन्स सक्यो होला स्टाइल स्ट्रक्चर पछाडि जर्नल इन्ट्री यिनीहरू मात्र बाँकी हो एक्सरसाइज डिस्कसन के हो we haven't started discussing hello have we discussed the question answer from here
Ma'am, as a vocabulary projects बाट हो
त्यही अलिकति चाहिँ हामीले अस्ति डिस्कस गरिसक्यौं जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई yes now vocabulary yes
purpose and
yes
2 नम्बरको क्वेशन भनिदिनु
propose an audience को 2 number this essay appeared in Miss Magazine यो पत्रिकाको नाम हो यो एसे पहिला त्यसमा आयो हाम्रो राइटरले लेखेर and other publications whose audiences are sympathetic to feminist goals र अरु त्यस्ता पब्लिकेसनहरुमा त्यस्तो न्यूजपेपरहरुमा देखियो जो चाहिँ महिलाहरुको पक्षमा लेख्ने महिलाहरुको पक्षमा वकालत गर्ने काम गर्छन् जसले चाहिँ फिमेल ओरिएन्टेड न्यूजपेपरहरु छ पब्लिकेसनहरु छ तिनीहरुले लेखे could it have appeared in a magazine whose audience had a more traditional view of gender roles हेर्नुस् त could it have appeared in a magazine त्यस्तो पत्रिकामा पनि देखियो होला त it's asking us whose audience means who reads those papers whose audience had a more traditional view of gender roles महिला पुरुषको जुन जेन्डर रोल छ त्यसको ट्रेडिसनल भ्यू पुरानो सोच भएको कुराहरुमा पनि लेख्ने पत्रिकाहरुमा पुरानो सोच भएका मान्छेहरुमा पुरानो सोच भएर लेख्ने पब्लिकेशन्सहरुमा पनि यसले यो एसे जुन छ देखियो होला त व्हाट डु यु थिंक यसले भन्न खोजेको के भने Women are just treated as a person who does household works and those household works working women means housewives are not recognized as the working woman not now from before अहिले होइन पहिलेदेखि नै उनीहरुलाई working woman को रूपमा लिइदैन and the work which should be done inside the house is not tagged as the work अझै पनि हाम्रै घरमा हाम्रै हजुरबुवाहरुले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो हाम्रो मम्मीहरुलाई and for us we have listened that भात पकाएको तरकारी पकाएको भाँडा माझेको बढारेको that is not a work त्यो काम होइन के they used to say means यस्तो सोच छ नि त पहिलाको हो कि हैन भन्नुस् त अहिले पनि पुरातन सोच हुनेहरुको त घर भित्र त के काम छ र नथिङ दे युज टु से हो त्यस्तो पत्रिकाहरु त्यस्तो पब्लिकेशनहरुमा पनि यो लेख चाहिँ यो एसे चाहिँ पब्लिश भयो होला व्हाट डु यु थिंक यो त मोडर्न सोच भएको एसे हो नि त नो इट्स अ मोडर्न अनि घरमा बाख्रा पाल्ने कुखुरा पाल्ने भात पकाउने तरकारी पकाउने बच्चाको स्याहार सुसार गर्ने खेतबारीमा त खाजा लैजाने खेतबारीमा काम गर्ने धान रोप्ने यो त काम हो भनेर हाम्रो समाजले गन्दैन अहिले त गन्दैन भने पहिला त झनै गन्दैन थियो हो यस्तो सोच भएको पब्लिकेशन्सहरुमा पनि यो लेख प्रकाशित भयो होला त भनेर सोधेको। क्यान यु राइट इट्स एन्सर?
Yes.
अब तपाईले भयो
Yes,
होला पनि मिल्छ। You can say obviously it is because it's a very effective. यो इफेक्टिभ पाराले लेखिएको छ। And some modern changes are seen over here. How the housewife becomes a victim at our home. हैन, त्यो हिसाबले पनि अब चेन्ज हुनुपर्छ भन्ने सोचले पनि पब्लिश भयो भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अब होइन, these are not the issues to talk. Every woman does and this is not a issue to talk. गाउँ सहरबाट बिहा गरेर गाउँमा जो पनि आउँछ, गाउँमा आएपछि गाउँको काम गर्नुपर्छ भने जसलाई पनि थाहा छ भन्ने सोच हुन्छ। And they would have felt that this is unnecessary thing to talk, so they did not publish पनि भन्न मिल्छ। It's a one answer. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, vocabulary projects. Define each of the following words as it is used in these selections. यो wordहरूको definition लेख्नुहोस्. Find it from the dictionary and write it. Number 2. Try substituting equivalent words from those italicized in these sentences. Italicized wordहरूलाई ठ्याक्कै substitute गरेर कुनै word राखिदिनुहोस्. He owed her thoroughly and persistently by mail, and though she reciprocated all his feelings for her, she dreaded marriage. के होला त? यसमा मिल्दो सुल्दो एउटा ओड छानेर राख्नुहोस्। यहाँ कि स्क्राउन्ज मिल्छ कि सस्टेन्स, यस्तो ओडहरू मिल्छ। त्यहाँ हाम्रो रिलेसन भित्रको ओड मिल्छ। राइट इट। त्यहाँ प्याराग्राफ नम्बर 11 मा हेर्नुहोस्, यु विल गेट। हाउ डु युज सब्स्टिट्युशन्स डज द सेन्टेन्स मिनिङ? हामीले ओड हाउ डु योर सब्स्टिट्युशन्स चेन्ज द सेन्टेन्स मिनिङ, हामीले यहाँ राखेको ओडलाई कसरी चेन्ज भयो, त्यसले कसरी मिनिङ दियो, त्यसको व्याख्या गर्नुहोस्। थ्रुआउट हर न्यारेटिभ, उनले सबै न्यारेटिभ यसै लेख्ने बेला भरि स्मिथ एकल युजेस कन्क्रिट स्पेसिफिक verbs, उनले पर्टिकुलर verbहरू राखिन्। Review her choice of verbs, particularly in paragraph 13 to 24. त्यो paragraph भरि हेर्नुहोस्। And comment on how such a verb serve the essay's purpose. यो verbहरूले essay को purpose लाई कसरी meaningful बनायो। Write it. Now journal entry. Do you believe that a homemaker who has never been a wage earner should be entitled on a social security? हेर्नुस् है, do you believe that a homemaker, घरमा काम गर्ने मान्छे, who has never been a wage earner, जो ज्यालामा गएर काम गरेर कमाएर ल्याउने कहिले छैन, त्यस्तो मान्छेलाई, आफ्नै घरको काम गर्ने मान्छेलाई, it means should be entitled as social security death benefit for her service. त्यस्तो मान्छेले नै मरिसकेपछि मरेपछाडि पाउने भत्ता पाउनु पर्छ जस्तो तपाईलाई लाग्छ? Explain your reason. तपाईलाई के लाग्छ? Write it. Writing workshop. If you can interview one of your parents or grandparents, there is given in parenthesis too, or another person you know who reminds you of Smith Eccles' mother. Smith Eccles को आमा जस्तै सम्झिने कुनै मान्छे, त्यस्तै व्यवहार भएका, त्यस्तै दुःख गरेका, त्यस्तै मेहनत गरेका, about his or her work history, and write a chronological narrative based on what you learn. तपाईले के सिक्नु भयो त्यसबाट लेख्नुहोस्। Include a thesis statement that your narrative can support. तपाई पनि thesis statement राखेर यस्तै एसे बनाउनुहोस्। And quote your family members responsible when possible. हैन, अहिले तपाईहरुले के गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ? मदर, आफ्नै मदर, ग्रान्डमदरहरुले गर्नुभएको दुःखलाई लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। Write Martha Smith obituary as it might have appeared in her hometown paper. If you are not familiar with the form of an obituary, read a few in your local paper or online at legacy.com or obituaries.com. यहाँबाट तपाईले कुनै एक्जाम्पल हेरेर पढ्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अकाउन्ट द वर्स्ट, तपाईले एकदमै खराब काम गरेको दिन, त्यो दिनको काम लेख्नुहोस्। Include a thesis statement that expresses your negative feelings. जुनले तपाईलाई निरुत्साहित गर्यो, प्रोत्साहित गरेन, निरुत्साहित गर्यो, एक्सप्रेस दैट. Now combining the pattern because of the repetitive nature of the farm chores, खेतमा गरेका कामहरू दोहोऱ्याइ
I'm connecting guys.
अस्ति नि म्याम जानु भएको छैन नि लास्टतिर यतिकै
जाँदा नि हुन्छ होला नि है टाइम नि सक्नु लाग्यो म्यामै निस्किनु भयो नि
टाइम नै सकिन लागिसक्यो
त्यही त
जाँदा नि हुन्छ होला
त्यही त है बाई
बाई
भर्खर
सब गइसक्यो
आउनु हुँदैन होला